share with you how I search for cheap flights. I get asked this question probably the most out of anything, and it's really easy. I use Google Flights, that's my preferred search engine. So what you can do is just go, you can Google Flights, and it will bring this up, or you can go to google.com/travel/flights, and it will also bring you here. All right, so it's really easy to use. I like it because you can search multiple airports and multiple dates at once, and this will definitely save you time and money, especially if you are flexible. So basically, you're going to pull up the towns that you want to travel from, or the airports, excuse me, that you want to travel from. If you don't know the code, then you can just start typing in the city and it will pull it up for you. Now, I live near several airports, so I like to put in several options here. You can put in up to 5, so I'm going to put in Bradley here. And you can also put in, so like New York, for example, instead of listing out all 3 airports separate, now I have 4 airports, I can just do New York City, and it's going to pull up the 3, and I don't have to spell out JFK LaGuardia. You can see they're checked off, and it's going to pull all 3. That allows me to just keep going and putting in other airports near me. You can only do up to 5. All right, so now you have those in, and you're going to search for wherever you want to fly to. Again, you can put in multiple airports. So say Miami, but you wouldn't mind if you had to fly into Fort Lauderdale, you can put that one in too. Maybe West Palm Beach as well. And so again, you can go up to 5 different locations to and from. The other thing I like is that you can either do round trip or one way. So depending on what you're looking for, sometimes I encourage people to do both round trip and one way. You can also search by flight class, economy, or higher as well. All right, so say you have some dates in mind that you want to travel to. Let's just do January 24th, returning on January 31st. All right, so you search and you're going to look at the results. Now, ignore this that's popping up here. It's because I have an extension for Points Path on my computer, and it's just pulling up available awards and points that can be used as well. All right, so it looks like pretty cheap to fly to this area in January for me, and it will tell you the times. And now, if you're flexible, what you might want to do, so say you might leave on a Friday or come back on a Thursday or whatever that looks like for you. All right, so you can click on the dates up here, and you can look for surrounding dates to see if any of them work better. Maybe they're a little cheaper, and you can actually go in. Now this is showing prices for 7-day trips. You can go in and search for future months as well. So if you're flexible with time, this is a really great tool. Or if you want to show me what's available for 6 or 5 days, you can do that as well. So that's all done on this same page here by just clicking on this. You can also go back and let me show you one of the things I love most that not everybody knows about. So this is great if you're flexible with location or time. You can search actually anywhere you want to go. So you're going to put in your airports. It really only pulls the one airport at a time for this function. But let's do New York because they probably have the most options. And then I'm going to take all these towns out because I'm going to put anywhere. Or you can leave it blank. And this is going to pull up. Now again, say you want to fly those dates. You can hit Explore. And you could take a look at what's available all over the world. All right, so now maybe you're like, well, I don't care. I just want to go somewhere that's cheap. So let me sort by price. Let me filter here. I want to look at just flights that are under, let's say $400. And we can again look. Now that's a really cheap flight here from Dublin, right? So let's, maybe we're interested in that. The other thing is when you click on the map and go closer, it brings up more locations. So look at all this in Europe for those dates in January. So maybe you want to look at that Dublin one. So click on here. Now let's pull it up so we can take a look at the details a little more. This is nonstop from Newark. And again, we can see like, does that work for us or not? The other thing you can do with this kind of map exploration anywhere, let me go back here and let's pull this up again. So say you have flexibility with your dates as well. So again, you can want to go anywhere and at any time. Click on this date here, and it's going to pull in flexible dates, and you can look for a weekend, 1 week, 2 weeks, and for whatever month. So let's look in May, and it's only 6 months out. Let's look for 1 week in May. Again, this is from New York, anywhere. So you can zoom out and look at all the places we can go. Again, you might want to filter for price here and take a look to see. Again, you can filter by stops. There's a lot of things you can filter by. So a nonstop under $600. And again, as you click on the map, it's going to pull in more options here. So this is great. You can just pull in. Let's look at Barcelona and again, look at your dates and see if those work for you. Now, one thing I'll say, so say this flight looks good to you, and it's going to bring you options that you can book it with. So this one only gives you the airline option, which is fine. Some of them you will see like a third-party site, Expedia or other sites that you can book your flights with. You can do that. What I usually recommend is booking directly with the airline, because if you have any questions, you need to cancel, everything is clear. You know, how much are bags, how much is the cancellation, all that seems to be a little more clear on the actual airline website. And if you book through a third party, you're going to have to call that place. So if it's Expedia or whatever site it is, you're going to have to call them to sort out if you have any issues, if there's cancellations, delays, all of that stuff. So I just usually, when you can, if the price isn't that much different, just book directly with the airline. The other thing you can do, so I'm more comfortable and use Google Flights the most, but you can also do something similar on kayak.com, and you would do the same thing. So you put in your area that you want to fly from, and then on the bottom you see can't decide where to go, or you could leave it blank. It's going to pull up the same thing, and it's going to be the same thing. So if you want to put in dates, you can, and it's going to search all over the world here. Notice this search engine takes a little longer, for me at least so far. There we go. And if you wanted to leave the dates blank, it has the same kind of thing here where you can put in. This gives you more availability past May. So you can look for, say, August for up to 14 days. Let's look for a 7-day trip in August from New York, and let's sort by price, and let's see what's available. Now again, similar to Google, it lists it on the side, but you can also go into the map and go in closer and see what's available. So let's say we wanted to do this Minneapolis flight, and again, you view it and then see what you want to book. All right, so hopefully that helped. And if you have any questions, let me know. And happy searching. That is part of the fun. Well, at least for me it is. All right, safe travels.